about journalists. It's not safe for journalists. And if you look again back to the little data we have on online GBV, you see that almost 90% target the young women and also the women generally in politics and public spaces. And this is an issue we need to talk about. And something else I wanted to note, because we're just starting the conversation, I wanted to note about many of us don't know about the economic violence, which is hardly spoken about. Most of the time when we hear GBV, we hear about rape, sexual harassment, but we have these, let me say, they're trending and they're coming up slowly. The economic GBV that we are not aware of. And just to explain, it's about denying someone the rights, economic freedom. For example, it's become a norm. This is a simple example. You find someone just openly denying you opportunity to go study or open your own economic, have your economic opportunity. We've had issues of someone telling you I have the money, now in a marriage setup, an example. I have the money, just sit at home, I'll provide everything. We are not talking about the housewives. Mm-hmm. We have cases where the wife is in a position to work or go to school, fend for herself, but because there is dynamics of power dynamics, gender dynamics in a marital setup, then you become confined, you become caged in that marriage. And that is violence we're not talking about. An example will be also, let's talk about the unpaid care. The unpaid care, we have women putting so much efforts, and there's no value that is put to even taking care of the children, managing the household. We never talk about that. So I think for even this show, for us, is to break it down for people to understand that there's more to just sexual that we know about, physical, somebody beating you. We have emotional, psychological, someone trolling you, someone insulting you, even if you are not married, just in the common relationships that I have. Yeah, someone just making you feel inferior. Yeah, that has impact on your mental health. So I think for us, we'll be breaking down with Daktari how this GBV is deeper than what we see on the surface, and how it relates to the human rights is a very timely discussion.
My goodness, Wendy, you have kicked us off on a very, very, very high note. Ooh, I don't know. I like it. I like it. You said so much. There's so many follow-up points and questions that I have, but Doc, you were reacting to what she was saying, times nodding, at times
Yeah, right.
sort of like in agreement to what she's saying, but she's bringing out so many violations of human rights.
Absolutely. And I would like to start by saying that the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights has been quite active on the 16 days of, activism.